Let's look at a technique whereby you can go through a series of photos and mark some of them as favorites. And the convenience of marking them as favorites is that they will show up in a special album created by the gallery app and that contains those favorites. So there's no need to create an album to go view them. This could be handy if you're on vacation and you are returning, and as you fly back home, you spent some time going through your smartphone and you just mark picture after picture that you really like as favorites, and they'll be very easy to access later. So we're going to start with the home screen. Again, this is an Android tablet. It's running Android version 7.0. It's a Samsung tablet, and the app that's used in the Samsung world in Android is called the Gallery app. So we're going to tap that right now to get started. And we're going to look at a collection of 6 photographs here. You'll notice that we have categories pictures, albums, and stories, and right now we're looking at pictures. I know that because it's bolded and because there's an underline underneath it. Now, let's go through and look at these pictures. In order to do that, we would tap one image and it will come up full screen. You'll notice that it'll soon revert to just the image itself with no icons on the top and bottom. If I touch the screen again, I'm going to see icons on the top and icons on the bottom. Tapping it again. These icons on the bottom would help you edit the picture, and the icons on the top, one of them is very important. It is the heart symbol, and that's what's going to be used to mark it as a favorite. Maybe we do 2 things here in this demonstration. Let me open this image. I'm going to go to the editing tab. I wasn't quick enough. I got to come down here quickly and tap. And it's now going to allow me to crop this image. So if it was crooked, I could start straightening it by moving it down here. Maybe I'll do that a little bit. And then I'm going to grab these corners and bring this up a much tighter crop on the image. I don't think I want to lose all those rocks down in the bottom. And if I like what I see, I'm going to hit the save button up top. Okay, so now that image has been cropped. I can start swiping. There's the original and there's the saved version. I can go through here and decide which ones I'm going to mark as favorites. Okay. So this is how I'm actually going to do it. I like this one and I like the way it's cropped. I'm going to tap it so I get my menu. In the upper right corner there's a heart, and when I tap it, the heart gets filled in. Okay. Now you'll notice I lost those menus again, but I just have to trust that it's there. If I tap it again, sure enough, the heart is there and it's filled in. I'm going to go to the next photo. I don't consider that a favorite. I do kind of like this. I probably would crop it. Maybe we should do that right now. I got to tap it again, get my editing cooking down here, come in tighter. Get some of that background out of it, kind of emphasize the colorful leaves here. I'm going to say save. And now I've got, I think, a more interesting photo. I'm going to mark this as a favorite. I need to get my menu back by tapping, and I'm going to tap the heart outline in the top. It now is filled in, and that's marked as a favorite. I'm still thinking about that one. This is kind of nice. I like that color. I'm going to mark it as a favorite. This one, not so much. This one, not so much. It's out of focus, so I either moved the camera when I took it or the wind was blowing or something. I'm going to come back and I'm just kind of looking at these images now. Okay. If I get the icons and start swiping, I can see which ones will have a filled in heart at the top. Okay. So now I've marked my desired ones as favorites. I'm going to tap, and I'm going to tap the upper left corner. And without doing anything else, I'm going to jump over to the albums category. The albums category here. So let me tap that. And now we've got two albums. One is called The Camera, which is an album of every photo that's on the device, and one called Favorites. This was created for me by the gallery software, and it indicates that I have 3 items in there. So if I tap it, I see my 3 albums, my 3 items, 1, 2, 3. Now, don't let this stuff on the left fool you. These are different albums, and you might have many, some that are created by the gallery software and some that you create. So just ignore this for a minute and go ahead and start looking at your photos. And these are now the 3 photos that you might want to emphasize when you meet with your friend for a cup of coffee and talk about what's going on in your garden here. So again, we are looking at the Favorites album. I know that because there's an orange line around it. But once I know that, I just try to block that out and start looking at the photos this way. Okay. You'll notice again that I still have these icons up here. As long as I keep the screen moving, they'll stay. And if I tap one, let's go back. It's been removed from the Favorites album. Okay? It's still back in all the pictures. It didn't get removed from all the pictures, but it did get removed from the Favorites album. Let's go back to the albums. Let's go back to Favorites. And sure enough, we only have 2 there where we had 3 a moment ago. I'm going to tap in the upper left corner. And I'm going to tap again to get back to the gallery, and I'm going to tap back to get to pictures. Okay? So I hope that helps.